So, you wanna buy the isle, or you bought the isle and want to get better at the game, or you want to understand the game? Well, you've come to the right place, cause here I made tips and tricks, a beginner's guide to the isle to make you know more things about the game before you get into playing it. Let's get going. Number 1. What is the isle? The isle is a dinosaur game where you play and survive as a dinosaur from baby all the way to adult. Eventually, humans will be added into the game as well, and you will be able to also become one as well. Number 2. What are Legacy and Evrima? The game came out in 2015. It was developed all the way until 2020 when the developers decided to scrap everything and start from zero again. In 2020 they released a new version of the isle called Evrima, which is the isle but after the scrap.
It's perfect. It's perfecto.
Legacy will no longer receive updates, and eventually Evrima will become the main branch. To easily explain the two, just remember this sentence. Legacy is what was and Evrima is what is and will be. Number 3. How do I access Evrima? As of the date this video is released, when you buy the game it will automatically set you on the Legacy branch. To access Evrima, close the game if you have it open, go to your Steam library, right click on the isle, go to properties, then betas and select Evrima in beta participation. Your game will now update to the Evrima branch. Number 4. What are Spiro and Gateway? All the servers in the isle's main branch, aka Evrima, right now are set on the map Gateway. This branch also has all the new updates. Spiro is the old map of Evrima which no longer gets updates, but it's there if people want to experience the game on it. So basically Spiro is the first map when Evrima launched and Gateway is the second map now used by the game. Number 5. What is hordetesting? The Isle Evrima is the game we are playing. The developers are working on new things to add to the game. When these things are ready to drop in an update, they require people to test them before they drop them into the game. So when things are 99% ready to drop in the game, they allow everyone to enter the hordetesting branch to test the things before they are added into the game. Basically playing the new updates before they drop. The hordetesting branch of course is full of bugs, so you can either play the normal version aka Evrima until the new updates drops, or enter the hordetesting branch where you can test the new update before it drops. But expect it to be buggy. It is called hordetesting because the players are the horde,
A new update is rising.
eager to play the new update, and we enter that branch because we are testing the new update before it drops, so horde testing. Number 6. What do I do when my game is ready to be played? Go to your Steam library, click on the isle and click play. The game will open up. Go to settings and configure your settings up. Make sure to look at all of them. One setting I strongly recommend to turn on is in the gameplay section called manual alt attack. We'll get to this later. Now go back to the main menu, click play and choose any server you want to join. On the right side you can configure your server filters. There are official servers hosted by the developers with almost no rules at all, and there are unofficial servers hosted by the community. These can range from no rules to semi-realism to realism servers. Some have faster growth, more rules, more AI, you get it. If the server is full, you will have to wait in a queue. Pray it's not too big. The following questions will be answered assuming you entered an official server. If you want to join an unofficial server, just know some of them require you to join a Discord server to read the rules. Number 7. What do I do after joining a server? After waiting 3 years in the queue, you finally join the server you picked. A menu will pop up on your screen. On the left side you have dinosaurs and on the right you have humans. We cannot play as humans, so we ignore the right side. On the left side we can pick between 3 dinosaur categories: herbivores, dinosaurs who eat grass; carnivores, dinosaurs who eat meat; omnivores, dinosaurs who eat both to an extent. There is also a button at the bottom called eggs. If you click on it and someone is nesting and set their nest to public, that means you sir or ma'am can join as their babies. Number 8. What dinosaurs are more beginner friendly? In my personal opinion, as a beginner I would recommend playing as a dinosaur you like and enjoy, because learning a game with something you enjoy playing is always amazing.
Give it to me!
But if you truly want to know which dinosaurs are easier to play, here's my opinion. Herbivores. The Pachycephalosaurus is an amazing beginner dinosaur. It doesn't take a long time to grow and it doesn't require you to know its complicated mechanics because it doesn't have any. Carnivores. The Ceratosaurus is an amazing beginner dinosaur. You can eat rotten meat, skeletons, basically everything. It has amazing smell range, so you can smell very far. It has a strong right click attack, basically hold right click then press left click. It has this ability that if you eat a lot lot of rotten meat, your stomach will fill with bacteria, and when you bite anything, you transfer that bacteria to them. If you bite them long enough, they will vomit. Omniraptor is an amazing beginner dinosaur. It is basically a raptor and it does what you'd expect raptors to do. You can simply bite people or you can pounce jump when you hold right click. Omnivores. The Gallimimus is an amazing dinosaur to start with. It's fast, grows quickly, and we all remember it from Jurassic Park. Number 9. What do I do after choosing a dinosaur? Click on it, then you will be prompted with a skin customization menu. On the left, you have the patterns and the colors you can customize. At the top, we have pattern variation, enable or disable 3D background and preview focus. At the bottom, we have the option to randomize the skins, reset them to default, hide the UI, save the skin into a slot we see in 1, 2, 3 on the left, and the growth preview, which you can see your skin throughout your dinosaur's lifespan. When you have chosen a skin, click confirm in the bottom right. You will be prompted with the spawn areas. Depending on which dinosaurs you chose, there will be different spawns. I can tell you some hotspots where players like to meet and cause chaos: South Plains, Highlands, East Plains, North Lake, Swamp. But you are free to choose any spawn you wish. Players after all move everywhere on the map. Number 10. How do I play? Good job, you spawned in as a juvie. The growth stages in this game are as following: hatchling, juvenile, subadult, adult. The only way to become a hatchling is if you get nested in, aka spawn in an egg, the thing we talked about in the menu. Number 10.1. How do I roar? In the aisle, there's 5 different roars you can make with your dinosaur. These are the following: press 1 on keyboard, broadcast roar.
Hello?
Press 2 on keyboard, friendly roar.
What's your name?
Press 3 on keyboard, threaten, aggressive roar.
You, Tony?
Press 4 on keyboard, help me roar.
Help! Help!
Press F on keyboard, casual roar. Also played every time you write something in chat when you press enter. Number 10.2. What are the bottom right icons I see? The big footprint is your stamina. Follow this on the screen to know what to do to be able to regenerate it. The stomach is your hunger. The water droplet is your thirst. Number 10.3. How do I get more information about my dinosaur? To get more information about your dinosaur, press tab. This will open your dinosaur's menu. Here we see multiple things on the screen. Top left we have character and group. Here we can see our character, aka dinosaur we are playing stats, and in group we can see our group members. At the top we have profile data, which specifies if your dinosaur is a male or a female, the age, mating status, eggs gestates, skin code that is shareable, diet, weight, max speed, and bite force. As you grow up, the weight, max speed, and bite force change accordingly. On the top right we see nest site, which helps you find your nest on the map when you have one. We also have asset location, which tells you where you are located on the map and what server you are in. If you click on your coordinates, you automatically copy them to the clipboard. There you can also see the time in game and how many players there are on the server. On the left side of the screen we have status report, which lets you know what buffs and debuffs you have according to your diet and other variables. In the middle we have preferred food, which helps you know what to eat to get the appropriate diet. At the bottom we have a yellow line, which if you hover over it with the mouse you see how much growth you have. At the bottom left we have mutations. We'll talk about these a little later. At the bottom we also have heartbeat lines. If they are green, you are at full health. If they are red and moving faster, you're close to dying. They can also be yellow, which is in between green and red. To also help you know if you are injured, blood will be displayed around your screen if you get damaged. Number 10.4. Water diets. The 3 hexagons you see above your stomach in the bottom right corner are your diets. To be able to grow faster, get buffs, and become stronger, you will need to fill these 3 hexagons with the appropriate diet. These 3 main diets you have are the following: the dots, the lines, and the S. In order to know what you need to eat to get them, you press tab. Here you see your preferred food. What this tells you is basically this: eat this to get this diet. You can also sniff using the Q key and it will show you at the top of your screen if you smell something that is on your preferred food list. All the 3 hexagons at the bottom can be filled with a diet, or you can fill all 3 of them with one diet, or you can do combinations of all of them. To have the perfect diet, you need to fill each of the 3 hexagons at the bottom right corner with one of the 3 diets. So if you fill them like this, you get the best diet possible with the best buffs in the game and the best growth bonus. Number 10.5. What are intestines? The only way herbivores can fill up on their diets is by eating what their preferred food indicates. Carnivores, on the other hand, they can of course eat what their preferred food indicates in the tab menu, but they can also eat intestines. Let's say you have an omniraptor in your diet. You can of course kill one and start eating from it to get the appropriate nutrient, aka diet, from them, or you can keep pressing the letter E on your keyboard very fast 3 times to open up the corpse and reveal the intestines. The intestines are a way to get your diet to a perfect one without having to hunt a multitude of dinosaurs on your preferred food list. When a dinosaur has been opened up, you can press G to grab one of the intestines. This chart indicates what each of the intestines give you if eaten. They always give the same as this chart no matter what. Number 10.6. What are mutations? Mutations are a newly added addition to the game. As you grow up in the game, at the bottom right corner next to the stamina, you will see this DNA string appear. This indicates that you have a mutation point to spend. To spend it, go to your tab menu, click on mutations, then click on the mutation slot and select which one you'd like. This is player choice, so I won't get too much into them. At the time of this recording, you can only get 3 mutations if you spawn in as a dinosaur. You get 1 point when you spawn, another during your growth, and another when you've reach 100% growth. Number 10.7. Is there a way to get more mutations? If you choose to be nested in as a hatchling, you inherit some of your parents' mutations, which on top of them you can of course choose more as you grow up. This is the only way to get more mutations in the game currently. Number 10.8. What is bleed? Bleed damage is a type of damage dinosaurs can inflict to each other. When something bites you or attacks you with an attack that does bleed damage, this icon will pop at the bottom right corner of your screen next to your stamina. It works the same as the droplet of water for your thirst, and if that red bleed droplet reaches 0, that means you bled out and you will die. The more dinosaurs bite or attack you, the more bleed damage they cause, which results in a faster blood loss. To stop the bleed, you have 2 choices. Either sit down and wait for it to turn into this icon, basically the same bleeding icon but with a plus sign on it, which indicates you're no longer bleeding and you can get up and walk again. Or you can find a mud pit and roll in it to cover yourself in mud to stop the bleeding instantly. If something bites you again though, it reopens the wound. Until this red droplet disappears, that means you don't have 100% full blood in you and you are still recovering. If it's on your screen with a plus sign, that means you can move around safely, but you are not 100% recovered until it disappears. Number 10.9. What is bone break? Bone break is a type of damage dinosaurs can inflict to each other, but also get them from other causes as well. Only specific dinosaur can inflict this damage onto others. For example, right now in game, only the Pachycephalosaurus can headbutt with its strong head other dinosaurs, and depending where it hits them, they break that bone, making other dinosaurs unable to run anymore, see as good anymore, or other debuffs. You can also break your legs if you fall from great distances. Some dinosaurs can fall from greater distances before breaking their legs than others can. Number 10.10. What is venom? Venom is a type of attack only some dinosaurs can inflict on each other. Venom has 3 stages. Currently, there's only 2 playables that can inflict venom to other dinosaurs, Troodon and Dilophosaurus. Troodon's venom works by weakening the player to Troodon attacks as stages go up and gives you little damage per second as well. Dilophosaurus's venom works by giving the player hallucinations, lowering the view of the dinosaur with a fog around them, and the Dilophosaurus can spawn clones when in 3rd stage of the venom that deal damage. Number 10.11. Can I drown?
Hello, how are you? I am under the water.
Yes, players can drown. Some dinosaurs can last way longer underwater than other dinosaurs do. For example, the Deinosuchus, which is a big carnivorous crocodile, can last a while until it runs out of oxygen. An icon will appear bottom right corner of your screen next to your stamina that will indicate how much oxygen you have. When you run out of oxygen, your heart will start beating faster and your screen will slowly turn black if you don't resurface fast for oxygen. Number 10.12. How can I nest? To nest, you need to find a mate once you are grown up. When you find a mate, you need to do the courting animation. To do so, both players need to stand close to each other and hold N. After this is completed, if you press tab under status report, you will see the name of who you are paired with. Now you can choose where to place your nest by pressing N. Once you have placed it, you need to build it if necessary. If you sniff using the Q key, you will see at the top of your screen where to find the materials you need to grab with G and bring to the nest to build it by pressing E. When the nest is built, the female can lay eggs by standing over the nest and press E. They need to regulate the temperature of the eggs to keep them incubating. To see this, you either sniff or access the nest menu. You either add more nest materials to the nest for this or sit on the nest, depending on what nest your dinosaur has. Number 10.13. Where is north and south? If you sniff with the Q key, you will see lines at the top of your screen. If the lines point up, that's north. If they point down, that's south. Number 10.14. What other scent event icons are there. If you sniff using the Q key, you will see a lot of icons. This is what they mean. Number 10.15. What are some of the strongest dinosaurs in the game right now? Deinosuchus, Stegosaurus, Carnotaurus, Diabloceratops. Number 10.16. If I get stuck, what do I do? There is an unstuck command in the game if you press enter to open the chat and write unstuck. If that doesn't work, you can ask a server admin to get you out if they will have time. Number 10.17. If I want to chat in game, how do I do it? You press enter and the chat will appear in the bottom left corner. You can only talk to your own species. Some unofficial servers have a global chat option which allows you to talk to everyone in the server. Number 10.18. What are some ways to attack in the game? There is left click, which is the normal attack. There is right click, which mostly it contains the special abilities or attacks dinosaurs have. There's an alt attack I talked about before in settings called manual alt attack, which if you hold alt and then left click in any direction, your dinosaur will turn to bite in that direction. Number 10.19. Is there AI? Yes, there are AI animals in the game. These include goats, boars, chickens, deers, fish, compis, pterodactyls, etc. Number 10.20. Do corpses rot?
Look, it's rotten, you.
Yes, corpses rot. If they are not eaten in time, they will rot. Only certain dinosaurs can eat rotten meat. Number 10.21. What are sanctuaries and migration zones? Sanctuaries are safe places for hatchlings and juveniles to grow. Adult and subadult dinosaurs cannot enter this area because they will be attacked by bees.
You like jazz?
In the sanctuaries, herbivores will find mushrooms that will give them all three diets, giving them a perfect diet. Carnivores can find baby dinosaurs in the sanctuaries to prey upon. Some small carnivores are allowed inside the sanctuaries, like the Trudon, for example. Migration zones are zones that dinosaurs are required to follow, especially if they are herbivores. Preferred food for herbivores only spawns inside their migration zone, so they need to migrate to that location for them to eat and get a good diet. Carnivores' migration zones work differently. Considering their food doesn't grow from dirt, their migration zone leads them to the area where they're more likely to find food that is on their preferred food list. Number 11. Who is Dondi? Dondi is the man who started this project in 2015. He is the main developer of the Isle. Number 12. Where can I get more information about the game? You can join the Isle's Discord server linked in the description, or you can watch guides on YouTube that go more in depth on different dinosaurs and mechanics. I recommend Kouga's YouTube channel, a person who does guides for the Isle, also linked in the description. If you have questions about things I missed, please let me know down in the comments or feel free to ask in the Isle's Discord server. Thank you for watching, everybody. Tell me what you think of this guide. Have fun. Just remember, you don't really have to remember much, just have fun and you'll learn things along the way as long as you're having fun. Have a nice one, everybody.